Hey everyone, Anthony J. Fani, Realtor here in Bucks County, Pennsylvania. Today we are in my favorite place in Bucks County, and that's New Hope. If you haven't been to New Hope, come to New Hope. New Hope is awesome. I love New Hope. It's perfect really for a weekend getaway. You can stay at one of the many great bed and breakfasts. We're actually coming up on one right now, the Aaron Burr House, which is actually where Aaron Burr came after his famous duel with Alexander Hamilton. It's also allegedly haunted if you are into the paranormal, and if you know me, I'm a bit of a nerd when it comes to that stuff. So, as you can see, it's a beautiful town, tree-lined streets, colonial homes. You'll see some Victorians as well. Just absolutely gorgeous. And we're here on a beautiful day. We are here on a Saturday, so it is going to be busy. I expect it to be very busy today. New Hope can get pretty busy on the weekends, especially when the weather breaks and it's nice. To be honest, I would probably really recommend coming to New Hope at a time when it's really not as busy, maybe sometime during the week. Maybe if the weather isn't that great, it's actually a really cool time to check out New Hope because the town's kind of empty and you can really walk around and get a better sense of the town and the sights and so forth. But it's still great even when it's busy like it is. So I digress. Now we are walking past Union Square. This is a great place to park. So if you're looking for parking in New Hope, this is a great parking lot because there are some parking lots in the area in New Hope that charge like $20 or $30 to park for the day, and you can just park at that Union Square parking lot for just a few dollars. Also, pro tip, you can also park at the high school. Now, they often do charge $5 or $10 as well, but sometimes they don't charge, and you can actually park there for free. So just a little pro tip or hack, if you will. So we are coming up on the New Hope train station here, the New Hope Ivy Land train station. And as we approach this quaint little train station, it's really easy to visualize, the hustle and bustle of yesteryear. It was established in the 19th century, and this was really more than just a stop. It was a lifeline connecting New Hope with the larger economic hubs in the area. Stories abound of joyful reunions and tearful farewells on these platforms. There's a very famous photo of a World War II veteran coming home from war and meeting his love here at the train station. If you look up that photo on Google or whatever, it'll come up. It's a great photo. I actually would like to get that photo from my office. It's a really cool one. Look it up. It's really interesting. I'll shut up here for a second and just let you kind of observe the train station. New Hope is really like the closest thing to a Hallmark town I think that you can find. It really is just a phenomenal place, and this is actually where I did my groomsmen photos, and we did like kind of a Peaky Blinders theme, and we had really rainy weather that day, which actually worked out perfect because the aesthetic was dead on, right? It looked like we were in Birmingham, England, or whatever, and the train station was awesome, and there wasn't anyone around either, so we were able to get some really, really amazing photos. There are some really incredible wedding venues in New Hope as well if you're looking for a wedding venue. I was recently married at Odette's River House. Well, at least that's where the reception was. And I know the Logan Inn is very popular as well. So yeah, some great venues for weddings in the area. Now we are going to come up here and make a left, and that will take us down to Main Street. As you can see, we already have a good amount of people here on the streets, and we are not even down into the main hub of town yet. So yeah, I expected it to be pretty busy today, and why shouldn't it be? It's a great place to be. So now this is the canal, and to the right you'll see the canal path, which is awesome. It offers miles and miles of picturesque trails for biking, for jogging. You'll see folks have picnics along the canal path from time to time. It's really just very beautiful, and if you have an opportunity to take a walk, a bike ride, or jog along the path, definitely do so while you're in town. Now we are approaching Main Street, and you will see some bars and restaurants and some stores on your left-hand side. They just put this sidewalk in, so they expanded this out. It used to be much more narrow, and now you have a very wide path to walk, which is really nice. I'm hoping that they do this actually for some other parts of town where it can be a little narrow when you're walking, which can be tough when it's a busy day like it is today. Sometimes you have to almost go single file, so if you're holding hands with somebody, you have to kind of let go and go one at a time, if you will. So that can be annoying on a romantic evening with your significant other. But yeah, more wide sidewalks, please. That would be nice. So on any given day in New Hope, you will find artists painting things like the New Hope Lambertville Bridge, the Perry Mansion, historic buildings similar to that. So it really is a concentration of artists and creative types. But you have bikers that like to take trips up to New Hope, and they park outside of Fran's. So there's just a lot of diversity in the town itself. It's just a very dynamic place. It has a certain energy that just permeates the air. I've always personally been drawn to New Hope. There's just something about the energy that I absolutely love. So now we are officially on Main Street. This is a very eclectic store here. Love Saves the Day has been around for a long time, as far as I'm aware. They have all kinds of sort of odd things in there and cool items. That's the Mansion Inn, which is a really cool place. I went to a Halloween party pre-COVID there in 2019 that was awesome. Architecturally, it's just a really cool building. And now we're coming up on Old Stone, which is a converted church. They converted this church into a restaurant, steakhouse. It's Art Deco in style on the inside, and just a really cool spot. If you are in town, I definitely do recommend checking them out. I have enjoyed both a really nice dinner and a lunch. Haven't gone there a ton, but the 2 times I have gone, I was impressed, and I enjoyed my time there. Now, coming up on your right is the newly renovated Logan Inn. The Logan Inn is a great spot for dinner and drinks. It's also a great wedding venue. With the new renovations, they have a movie theater and all kinds of stuff in there. Check it out. It's really cool on the inside. But probably one of the coolest things about the Logan Inn is its alleged paranormal activity. It is supposedly a hotspot for that, and room number 6 is supposed to be the most haunted room in the Logan Inn, and it's allegedly haunted by a ghost named Emily. So apparently Emily, she was a young woman who met a tragic end after her lover didn't return from war, and now her ghost supposedly roams the halls and haunts that room specifically. There are other spirits that allegedly haunt the Logan Inn, one being a Revolutionary War soldier who hangs around the bar area. So there's all kinds of tales and stories about the Logan Inn, but it is really a cool spot, so check it out if you're in town. Now, coming up on your right, you will see the Perry Mansion. Now, the Perry Mansion dates back to 1784. Benjamin Perry, who was kind of a big shot around town, he built this elegant Georgian-style house for his family. And he ran the lumber mills and was really a very successful gentleman. Then disaster struck in 1790, and a fire wiped out one of his mills. But Benjamin decided to simply rebuild the mill, and he called the new mill the New Hope Mills, which kind of brought hope back to the town, a new hope, and the town became known as New Hope. It was previously called Coriel, and that's actually how the town actually got its name. The Perry Mansion also has its own alleged hauntings and paranormal activity, which I won't go into too much depth. If you are interested in the hauntings around town, New Hope does offer a paranormal ghost walk tour. It starts, I believe, late summer, early fall. It usually runs for a few months during that time of year, and they meet, on the Fridays and Saturdays. Yeah, it's a cool time, so check it out if you are into that. This is the Aquatong Creek that you're seeing, and there's a waterfall that we'll check out a little later behind the playhouse. On your right, you'll see this really cool restaurant. This is Nectar, and they have great tapas and a great wine selection as well. As you can see, the sidewalk's narrow here. This is what I was talking about earlier. I have to go single file. Now we're really getting into the heart of town. Another great restaurant coming up here on your right. You can see the ivy on the building. That's Carla's. It's a really cool spot. And this is the New Hope Visitor Center. And we're coming up on some musicians here. You'll often see musicians and artists along the streets in New Hope. It really just adds to its charm. That blue building over there is John and Peter's. That's really a really cool spot where a lot of musicians kind of get their start. So they have a lot of musicians that play there on the weekends, and up-and-coming bands and stuff like that. So it's a cool place to check out. Now, coming up on our right is Havana's. Havana's is a really cool bar, restaurant, really just a cool place to take in all the vibes. They have plenty of outdoor seating and heat lamps for when it's a little cooler outside. They also have cover bands on the weekends, so it is a really cool place to come and check out. I've always had a fun time at Havana's. So as you can see, there are just a lot of really cool shops. You can see this cool record store, a lot of boutique mom and pop shops like that, which really just make New Hope that much cooler. Plenty of ice cream shops and cafes all over the place. So you have plenty of options in New Hope for whatever you need. So we are coming up on the end of Main Street. This goes on a little further, but there's not a whole lot more to see here. So this is a beautiful waterfall behind the Bucks County Playhouse. It's the Aquaton Creek. And this is actually where I proposed to my then fiance, now wife. So this spot holds special significance for me. So as you can see, New Hope is nestled along the banks of the Delaware River. So you get some very beautiful views here. You can see the New Hope Lambertville Bridge off to the left. Many artists like to paint that bridge, and photographers come out here at sunset and try to capture very beautiful images of the bridge. But if you are in New Hope, definitely check out Lambertville while you're here as well. It's very similar to New Hope in that it offers the same kind of mom and pop shops and boutiques and cafes and antique shops, you name it. Great restaurants as well. So definitely check out Lambertville while you're here. The towns kind of complement each other and kind of add to each other's charm. Well, hey everyone, we've come to the end of our New Hope neighborhood vlog tour. I hope you found some value in this video. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It's really appreciated. A lot of work goes into these videos, so please do like and subscribe. And if you guys have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to reach out. My number is 215-920-0286. Till next time.